the ball over the halfway line. Chifchi was chasing the ball, and but once the ball crossed the halfway line, it was bouncing. Mosney was wanting to keep it to come out. When the ball crossed the halfway line, he's not comfortable at all.
No, he's not.
He's not a good centre half.
Nope. No,
and if we want to, we will win. But any scoreline we won, really, I would say.
I think so. Totally,
but again, it's all got to be down to the players. They've got to want to be able to do it.
They've got to understand, and we've got more players in the team who've played in Old Firm games. They know what it's all about to play against Rangers, unlike what Chris Boyd says. He's obviously not done the maths correct there, because we've actually got more. The only thing that did worry me is Celtic have come a cropper a few times against lower league teams in cup games. Let's just hope this one isn't added to the list, because however you want to look at Rangers, they are officially a lower league side to us at the moment, so yeah, we just don't want it to happen. But my biggest worry of the whole thing is just the atmosphere is going to be poisonous, and they're trying to move it to a nighttime game from what I hear, but I don't think that's going to do much difference, because there's no try to put it to a midweek game instead of being on the weekend, because people will leave their work and then go straight to the game rather than being at the pub, but that won't make any difference.
They were talking about being a Monday night
Monday night game.
Monday night at 7:45.
Because they're worried about obviously the fan clashes. There's going to be problems outside the stadium, and maybe even, I don't think inside the stadium there'll be any problems. They'll be well segregated, but I think outside you're going to find streets in and around Hampden. There's going to be little posses of fans attacking each other. I think
that's why I'm quite happy to just watch it in the house for a couple of years.
If you're going to it, definitely try and keep in a big group and stay safe, because it's going to be they've got a lot of anger aimed towards us that's built up for the last few years. But we'll talk a minute ago about Mosney playing. I hope Steve Simonson plays in goals as well. He is magnificent in goals. What a keeper.
Aye.
He's the worst keeper I've ever seen.
He's a good guy,
But speaking of cup ties, we're talking about Rangers there. This weekend we're playing Hearts almost a year to the day at the same stadium in the same round of the same competition that we beat them 7-0.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed for not 7-0. I doubt it'll go. There'll be that again.
Well, even though they were Premiership last year, they're a better side now.
They're much better now. They are actually.
I think young Kevin McCarthy will be out the left back because of that challenge that Miller put in.
So I think we should see Hearts off, but I'm more worried about them being a threat to us in this game than Rangers in that other cup game.
Oh yeah, well,
I think Hearts could cause us more problems here.
The reason for that is simply because Hearts are a better side.
Aye, and Tynecastle is not the best ground for us to go to. We always sometimes come a cropper at Tynecastle.
I don't think we came a cropper. I think it used to be a bit of a bogey ground. Yeah, bogey ground, but so I don't think we've lost there for a long time. Again, touch wood.
Yes. But yeah, fingers crossed that we see them off. Now, earlier this week, Celtic had their AGM.
Yep.
Peter Lawwell got a lot of questions fielded towards him. A few things that came up of interest. He's made noise that we are indeed speaking to John Guidetti and his people about signing him full time. Greg, why we try to sign somebody for money when we can get him for nothing in a few weeks?
Because
why?
The reason for that is because if he's going to be on a free transfer, he'll get offered higher wages and a higher signing on fee.
But won't he put the fact that the Celtic fans love him and it's all clicked into place for him? Won't he put that first?
Probably not.
Because he seems like the type of guy that would.
He might not. But the fact is, there is
a risk, I suppose.
As soon as he becomes available to talk to other clubs, they'll just the fact what we offer will become irrelevant because his head will be turned by. I mean,
agents will get in his ear. Yes.
Yep. So I think what Celtic are doing just now. I mean, people are saying, I can see why people are saying, "Oh, why are you paying £2-3 million for a guy that's out of contract?" So it has to be done this time because I mean, I struggle. I shudder to think where we would be without him this season.
Yeah, I know he's been the difference maker.
The thing is, when he was at Feyenoord, the first day he came into training, he went into the training dressing room. The Feyenoord players were listening to music. He just shut it right off and he put his own music on. He says he apparently he thought it would have a totally negative effect, but the players at Feyenoord saw that he was really trying to have a laugh, and he was like, at the same
he's
time,
a character. I like him because he's a bit of a character.
At the same time, he had a will to win that was second to none, and that's they finished 10th the year before. When Guidetti was there, they finished second, and they probably would have won the Eredivisie, had he not got the virus that affected his foot for about 6 months. But no, I would actually compare the impact he's made with Celtic to the impact that Craig Bellamy made. He's not the same kind of player, but I mean in terms of a player, I mean Hooper was a great striker, but he never had a relationship with the fans.
No, he didn't. Guidetti definitely does.
When Guidetti scores, he interacts with the fans. He wants them to do stuff.
Yeah.
He was right at the Aberdeen game. It was right over at the fans. Like at the end of the game, he was
galvanising them.
He was trying to get them up. Not trying. He was getting them right up for the singing right at the end.
Yeah.
He was right over there. The fans have really taken to him.
Yeah, totally.
I'll be really gutted. I mean, I think we might well be talking to his agent this week, but I can see it coming out in the press next week. I'm happy to wait till the end of the season.
I can see it going that way as well. I do think he'll be here next season. I think he
do?
will look at the bigger picture and go, Celtic, I've been welcomed here with open arms. This has all clicked for me. Great club, great fans. I think he will. I think he will get offers, obviously, but I think he will look at it and go, this has all worked for me, and I think he'll be here next season.
Yeah.
I think we'll get him on a free. Also at the AGM that was mentioned is Chris Commons. This is very reminiscent of this time last year at the AGM when Peter Lowell said that there's an offer on the table for Joe Ledley. If it's up to him and his people now if they want to sign it. Chris Commons got the same thing this week where it was Chris Commons signing a new deal. He's out of contract in the summer. Peter Lowell said there's a deal on the table. It's up to him and his people. I guarantee you any offer comes in January, much like what happened to Joe Ledley last January, Chris Commons is away. And I think he's destined to be at Bolton with Neil Lennon.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's on the cards, isn't it? Because Neil's been kind of making noise about it. Every time he gets asked, he goes, "No, I'm not going to raid my former club. I won't do that to them." But
he always, to be fair, when Neil Lennon first came to Celtic, he was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm interested in that player," but he learned a lesson by just because as soon as you said that, all our clubs became interested. He always says. You realise that in the last couple of years when he was at Celtic, he says he belongs to another club, so I have nothing else to say, and that's the way it should be, and that's what he's been saying about Commons. So the fact that he used to say that with us suggests to me that he is wanting them.
I wish he would maybe just come and take Effie Ambrose. That'd be quite nice of him, just going, I'm sorry Effie, but it's true.
The submarine will be well and truly sunk.
Also at the AGM, this got a bit of ridicule, but this is again the media spinning things the wrong way. Peter Lowell said that when he was asked about the finances in Scotland, he mentioned if Celtic were playing in England and had the resources that English teams have, we have the potential to be bigger than teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid. But typical Scottish media, they took it as Peter Lowell says Celtic are bigger than Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
And it's so funny because Gordon Strachan came into a press conference years ago and says, before we start, I'm going to record this press conference because I don't trust you to write what I'm actually saying. And I thought that was brilliant because just some of this stuff.
Gordon Strachan's amazing with the media because at the end of the day, he looks at his job and he goes, I'm a football manager, my job is to deal with the players, I shouldn't have to deal with the press. So he just treats the press how they deserve to be treated because with the stupid questions they ask, they give a stupid question, they'll get a stupid answer from him. And Gordon Strachan's the best at it. Even with the Scotland games for the last couple of weeks, Strachan on the ball as always with them with the sarcasm, fantastic. But the AGM through the week, obviously Peter Lowell mentioned that if we, and it is a well-known fact, Celtic do have the potential, but it's not going to happen. And I wish this would stop becoming an issue at press conferences and AGMs. Celtic and Rangers, if they were still in the Premier League, are never going to get a move to England. It's never going to happen.
I don't think it'll happen.
Never. I mean, I know that you make the argument Cardiff City and Swansea City play, but that was an agreement from the 1800s when those teams were established that they could play in England.
Especially not this Scudamore or Scud. I don't even know how to say it.
Richard Scudamore.
Well, he's a staunch advocate of it not happening. And he seems like a bit of a Neanderthal as well, to be honest.
Yeah, true. I mean, I wonder though where a certain English Premier League chairman getting on board over at Ibrox. I wonder if he's going to put a word in for the old firm. Mike Ashley, he's fucking making a move. I don't know what his game is though, but that's another club.
His game is to sell Sports Direct's products. That's all he is interested in.
The thing is, And I don't want to go on too much about the problems at Rangers, but I do know a few friends who are Rangers fans and are annoyed that Mike Ashley's coming in. The guy, as much as he's hated at Newcastle, he's actually a businessman and knows what he's doing. He's not Craig White, he's not Charles Green. He actually knows how to run a business. So it baffles me that Rangers fans are like, we don't want Mike Ashley.
Yeah. That's the thing that will upgrade him, though, the fact that he puts business first and foremost, so there will be little revenue that goes to. Yeah. So yeah.
But hey, maybe he'll put a word in for moving Celtic and Rangers down south. We'll see. But anyway, that was the main issues from the AGM. Now, one man that I want to get to kind of close show, because he's been a big talking point for Celtic fans over the last month in social media. A former striker of ours who works on BT Sport, Chris Sutton, has been very scathing of Celtic and Ronny Deila. Some of the things he came out with, I mean, when you watch any game on BT Sport that Celtic are in, Chris Sutton's always on the punditry. He's never got anything nice to say about Ronny Deila. And I know some of the forms have been a bit turgid, and we have, as we've said earlier on, we've won ugly, we've got through it, but it's getting on the point where a pundit can be critical of a manager and you go, okay, fair enough, constructive criticism. This is becoming like personal now. The way he attacks Ronny Deila is like there's some personal issue here going on. I don't know what it is.
At the weekend there, I don't know why I still continue to read it. Because Chris Sutton was my favourite player.
I loved Sutton as well, totally.
Well, Larson was my favourite, but Sutton was a very close second. He's now just another one of these soup takers. He said at the weekend Celtic over celebrated against Aberdeen. What is your problem?
No. The guy sits next to me in Celtic Park was saying that, and I was saying I can't believe Chris Sutton wrote that. We were totally right to stick it up Aberdeen, because if they'd beat us that week, they would over celebrated as well. So
and it's not that if it had been Martin O'Neill's era, even if we'd been down to 10 men, say Neil Lennon gets sent off back in Martin O'Neill's era, and we still went on to win the game with that kind of situation where we get a last minute goal, we would have still celebrated like that.
They would have.
I really don't. There's something. I think it was Mark Guidetti on Radio Clyde said it a few months ago. I don't often listen to that, but I was listening to that night. Says, I think because it was transfer deadline day, there's something not right about the way certain media people are treating Ronny Deila. It says it's, and I quote, "It stinks to high heaven."
Well, the thing is, I heard, again, this sort of whispers and different rumours and stuff, but obviously Henrik Larsson was supposedly offered the job of the Celtic job in the summer before Ronny Deila got it. Believe what you will, but apparently if Larsson was getting that, Chris Sutton was coming in as part of the backroom staff, and I think the fact that Larsson never got it, or if he never got off that, I don't know, but obviously Ronny Deila's got it. I think Chris Sutton might be a little bit annoyed with that, because let's remember this, Chris Sutton was a great striker down at Blackburn, then he made that move to Chelsea, the ill-fated move to Chelsea. His career flatlined after that, and we pulled him out of the doldrums. We really did. So I think you should be quite thankful with our club. I put it up on our Facebook page just asking opinions on it, and it got a hell of a lot of responses. A real mixed bag. A few fans even said things like, I would love to get money off a football club and then blow it all, because remember he lost all his money, and then slag them off in the press, and it's like, that's true, that happened. Remember he had he invested in real estate or something, and it was a shoddy deal, lost all his cash, and now he spends all his time taking money off BT Sport to slag us off.
I think maybe apart from John Hartson, he's the only one for that Martin O'Neill era that really does stuff with the media. Because they all know. I'm not saying they all know.
Because obviously Lennon's in a job, he's a manager. Paul Lambert's a manager. Larson's
Jackie McNamara.
Larsson's obviously doing a job, but he's out in Sweden. But again, the rest of the players didn't really go on to do many manager jobs.
I think if we qualify on first day, I think he'll have something to say about Chris Sutton.
I think he might actually. Do you know, I found it interesting that I think it was the Astra the away game. Before the game, they interviewed Ronny Deila on the touchline. That boy Daryl Curry, who works for BT Sport. 5 minutes before they interviewed Ronny Deila, him and Chris Sutton were on the sideline, and then they say, okay, we'll cross over to Daryl Curry, who's with Ronny Deila, to talk about, because remember the fog was descending on the stadium, to get his opinion on that game. And I was waiting to see if Chris Sutton was going to be there. Chris Sutton conveniently was nowhere to be seen when Ronny Deila was getting interviewed, and I was like, come on Chris, if you've got something to say to him, say it now to him.
I remember, I think it was the season we lost the league in the last day in Motherwell. there's a game against Aberdeen. We won 2-0 at Celtic Park, and he got interviewed. I remember this really well. He got interviewed after the match, and the interviewer asked him, "Do you think